Well, it's not quite a nor'easter, but the rain's coming down pretty good here at Fenway Park in Boston. Tonight, the first of this three-game weekend series between the American League's Houston Astros and the Boston Red Sox. Two great hitters lead their teams to battle next on MLB Network. Andrew Triggs will be the starter for the Bo Sox in this contest. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Hey, this guy's had a solid year up to this point. It's not an easy thing to do in baseball this year with all the high-scoring games, but this guy has an ERA of sub-3, and that's saying something. If he continues to do that, I think you're going to see a really good performance out of him in this one.
So stepping in, Darren Norman, and we are set for baseball here this evening. First pitch coming. Here it is. Grounded back up the middle. He gets dirty, but he can't make the play. It's a base hit. And now the Red Sox have to deal with a real threat on the bases from the get-go. Now here's a look at the Astros starting lineup. Danny, any thoughts?
Well, you've really got to be able to appreciate the incredible talent of Paul Goldschmidt. I mean, this guy is a career 300 hitter. You talk about consistent. He delivers a good at-bat and clutch hits basically every time he walks into the box. I love watching this guy.
So striding in, Paul Goldschmidt. And as you take a look at the splits here, he's actually better against right-handed pitching this season.
You would think in this situation, maybe with a base open, he'd just pitch around him and put him on first. But not with the guy in the on-deck circle. He's going to attack this hitter.
A slider that just grabs the outside corner.
He might want that pitch back up and away. That's a pitch you can really drive if you have the right approach towards that.
The 3-2 one more time. Gets him looking. Strike three.
One thing to know is not all strikeouts are created equal. Right there, he goes down on strikes, but he really made that guy on the mound work for it. And when you're doing that in the first inning, it can have an effect on how deep he's going to be able to go into this start. There's a big difference between that and going down on 3 or 4 pitches.
And a full count to George Springer. It's 3-2. Yasiel Puig would be next if they can keep this inning alive. 2 out here and a runner at second. Hit hard on the ground to second. Scope has it. Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired. Astros leave one. Now the Red Sox will get their shot. No score. Terrence Pettit, the southpaw out of the Golden State, gets the call here. Dan Plesac, what's the word on him?
Hey, Matty, if we're getting a chance to watch a guy that's been struggling a little bit lately. In his last 3 starts, he has a whip of over 1.40, so he's going to have to cut that down, limit the amount of base runners, limit the amount of walks if he wants to have some success in this one here today.
Here's Xander Bogaerts now. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Hit hard on the ground to short, and that's through for a hit. So that puts the leadoff man aboard to get the inning underway.
Hey, guys, that's an excellent job right for a while.
With that, here's how the hometown Red Sox line up in this one. Hero, give us what you have on this lineup as they start a new series.
Matty, this lineup is built on one thing, and that's moving the ball over the fence. This is a station-to-station team. Not a lot of speed in this lineup, but they don't need much speed when they're moving traffic to both gaps.
Digging in, Matt Davidson. He's got hits in each of the last 5 ball games. From the stretch, Bogaerts takes off. Strike called. Now the throw down. And he'll be tagged out at second base. Trying to get into scoring position, but instead the inning is over. Another look at the throw down that results in a 3rd out on the bases. In now is Yasiel Puig. 3 hits for him in that ball game on Wednesday. Here it comes. And this one's nowhere close as that bounces to the plate for ball 1. Here's a shot to left field and deep. On to Lansdowne and gone. A solo home run off the bat of Yasiel Puig. Number 21 for him on the season, and the Astros take a 1-0 lead.
All right, let's take a quick look at how the Red Sox set up on D today. And check out the left side of this infield. You think the pitching staff's not going to want to pitch the righties in to pull and the lefties away to go the other way to the left side? That's because everything's getting caught on the left side of this infield. Should be fun to watch.
Into the box now, Kyle Schwarber. And you can see great numbers over the past few games. Infield shifted well to the right. Here's the first pitch. Back up the middle. But that finds its way through for a base hit. He takes the turn and heads for second. And he'll pull into second with 1 away.
Boy, after that base knock right there, D-Row, he extends his hitting streak to 7 games.
Here now is Mike Zunino. Opportunity for him here to pick up that runner from second with 2 away. He's set. Here it comes. Fly ball out to straightaway right. Goodrum is under it, and he makes the catch for out number 3. Astros off and running on the solo homer. On to the bottom of inning number 2. It's now 1-0 Houston. At the plate, Matt Davidson set to lead off the home half of the second.
Matt Davidson.
If he's working that pitch, that's most guys' fastballs. It's going to be a long game.
The 1-2. Still 1-2. The next 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss as he ran the fastball right by him for the first down.
Time for a look at the Astros on D. And I want to focus on first baseman Paul Goldschmidt. I'm going to steal a line from my partner here, Dan Plesac. Hashtag Goldschmidt happens. This former Gold Glover can play some serious defense as well as carry this offense.
Next up for the Red Sox, Corey Dickerson, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. First delivery to him on the way. A swing and a high drive to right center field. Back goes Puig, still going back. And that one is gone. Solo shot to right center. Number 21 for him on the season. And with it, the Red Sox have tied it at 1. Here's Jackie Bradley now to try to make something happen with 2 gone in the bottom of the second. Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. Swinging a soft liner, and this will be taken down no problem for the final out of the inning. Some of our nation's young minds and future leaders here in attendance. Yikes. More baseball on MLB Network right after this. So bases are empty here with 2 gone, and stepping in, the power hitting first baseman Paul Goldschmidt. He's ready. Here's the first offering. This should end the inning as it's sent out to second. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. This ball right over the inside corner.
2 balls, 2 strikes, a crucial count for both pitcher and hitter. So, Dan, what was your approach on the mound in that count? Do you still pitch for the strikeout here?
I think one of the keys, Matt, you want to try to initiate contact. The one thing you don't want to do, you don't want to run the count to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Whatever you want to throw it over for a strike.
So he ran the fastball by him for the punch out. Christian Vasquez is retired for the first out here in the bottom half of the third. Into the box, Nico Goodrum, as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball 1. And he's a guy looking to break out in a big way. Hasn't been getting the results he or his club. Taken high and deep to right. Puig looking up. And that is into the visitors' bullpen, a home run. A solo shot here to straightaway right field. Home run number 9 on the year. And the Red Sox move in front. It's 2-1.
I love the ability to hold up right there, especially with count leverage. I know you want to get aggressive in the strike zone, but he was able to notice that that wasn't his pitch.
Holds off on the slider, and that's a good idea as it's ball 4.
Well, he walked him on 5 pitches, but that last pitch was really good. He missed down, but only by a hair. When a hitter has a 3-1 count, he can wait until he gets a pitch he loves.
At the plate, Andrew Benintendi. He flew out in his last at-bat. And a neck-high fastball that time.
That's a good take on that fastball there. You know he's looking for something up there to drive, but that was just a little above his happy zone. Not everyone has the discipline to hold back on those.
Now a shot toward the gap in left center. So now they'll have 2 men in scoring position following the 2-out double. 0 for 1 here in the early going. Now the 0-1. And a swing as the bat goes flying toward the third base dugout, but it looks like everybody was able to duck for cover. A swing and a miss as he chased with 2 strikes, and that will retire the side. The Red Sox do pick up a run on the solo shot. We played 3 full. It's a 2-1 Boston advantage. Corey Dickerson will stand in here hoping to duplicate what he did back in the 2nd inning as we flash you back to take another look at his solo home run that helped get this offense rolling.
Good pitch right there with the bases empty. Why not take a shot? Throw that breaking ball in the dirt and see if he'll chase after it.
2 runs, 5 hits, and no errors for the Red Sox to this point. And look out as that fastball ran in and got him. Ouch, bang.
And I'm sure that one stings a little bit. The best revenge he can get for his pain is to find a way to come around to score. We'll see if his guys can move him around the bases.
Digging in once again, Jonathan Scope. He was a ground out victim last time up.
And you're just punching everyone out, but other times you don't have your good stuff and you really rely on movement and location to get outs. That's been the case for him today, and it's really working.
Gets the sign. Here comes the 2-1. A swing and a drive to center field. That one's got a chance. Not quite out of here as it's off the monster. He pulls into third safely as a run will score on the play as well.
Anytime the ball is hit that hard to deep center, you know it's going to be a tough play. The center fielder gives chase, but it ends up coming off the wall, and by that time, you knew it was going to be a triple.
Into the box, Jackie Bradley Jr. As he'll take a look at a strike on the outside corner. It's 0-1. 0 for 2 for him to this point. Working to keep them in the game here. Curveball bounces, and this one gets away. And he will score from third. A daring move as he scores on what ought to be called a wild pitch. The 2-2. Gets him looking at the knees for the strikeout. So it's,
you know, that can really be an effective pitch to a guy that has a lot of pop.
and a good take there as they'll have a leadoff man aboard to start the 7th. It's ball 4.
Yeah, the guy's been on fire lately, hitting anything close, so I think this is the way to go here. Get the bat out of his hands any way that you can.
Ready for another shot now, Trevor Story. He was a strikeout victim his first trip and then collected a base hit his last time around.
There's a chance. Well, your leadoff man has certainly done his part. He's gotten on base. You have to start clawing back.
One and one. Here it is. Oh, and here's a drive. Well hit out to straightaway center. Ranging back is Bradley to the track. And just short of a home run, this ball's off the wall. And he's in safely to third as a run also comes in to score, making it a 2-run ball game.
Your attention, please. Now
So with a
pitching for the
left-handed
Red
hitter
Sox,
waiting, they'll go to their
number
own
10,
left-hander out of the bullpen.
Mora.
He's working on a 1-for-2 game so far. Hit back up the middle. Taken in by Scope. Throw on to first to be in time, but meanwhile the lead shrinks to 1 here on the RBI ground ball.
A simple ground ball to the infield, but the run does come home.
Adam Hamill
Takes the mound now, and it appears he's being brought in to face the right-handed batter who waits next.
Yeah, you usually don't hear the term righty specialist very often, but that's kind of how they're using him here, Matt. Most hitters have a harder time against pitchers of the same handedness, so we'll see if this move pans out.
digging in, Matt Duffy. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. Hit in the air to right field. Goodrum is in pursuit. He hauls it in without any trouble, and there are 2 away. Into the box, Mike Zunino. Over 2 from him so far in this one. On the ground to third. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. So 2 runs on just 1 base hit, no errors, and no one left on base. They'll get up and stretch here at Fenway. The Red Sox lead it 4-3. Nico Goodrum will stride in again, and before he takes his cuts here, let's flash you back to the 3rd inning. This was just a solo shot, but it definitely helped get this offense going. Now the 2-0. There's a swing and a high drive into left center field. Back goes Springer, but he won't get there as it lands just shy of the wall. And now this is thrown wildly, just getting it into the infield. And as a result of that errant throw back in, he'll advance 90 feet here and move up from 2nd to 3rd. Here's Xander Bogaerts now. He got under one and popped out his last time up. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Takes a look at one catching the outside corner.
Hey, that's a huge pitch right there. You've got to get ahead. When you start to see traffic on the base paths, your defense starts to tighten up a little bit. The best thing to do is pound the zone and get ahead 0-1.
From the stretch. Now a fly ball, but far too shallow to get that run in. And that will fall as he comes through. It's a base hit. And now the runner from third scores to give him a very important insurance run. Now a 5-3 game.
Dan, that's a huge insurance run right there. Has to feel good as a hitter right there to not only get a ribby knock, but to give your team a little bit of breathing room.
It does, and it makes your pitcher go out there with a little bit more free and easy frame of mind instead of going in a one-run game where every pitch is so important. You're one pitch away from a solo tying the game up. That's not the case now.
0-1 the count.
Pitcher's pitches. This guy knows the strike zone.
The 2-2. This one smoked the other way, high and deep to left. Schwarber ranging back, and it bangs off the monster. Now the relay home, and he's in there safely as they also score a pair of runs on the play.
For the guy on the mound, this is one of those innings where nothing comes easy. He's thrown a bunch of pitches, and this AB hasn't been any different. Definitely laboring at the moment.
Now the 3-2 pitch. Gets him swinging. He struck him out. What's your take on all the strikeouts we see in the game today, Dan? That was his third tonight, and it seems we're seeing that a lot more these days.
Yeah, Matt, there's been a real change in philosophy as far as hitting in baseball today. A lot of guys think now that an out is an out. A strikeout is just as good as a regular out, but we're seeing strikeouts at an alarming rate in baseball right now.
2 hits and 2 trips for him thus far. Runner in scoring position at second with 2 down. This one smoked the other way, high and deep to left. Schwarber going back, but he can't make a play, and it's off the monster. He's in at second safely, as also on the play a run comes across to score. Drew Pomeranz will come on to make his 40th appearance this season. Pomeranz, a native of Tennessee, he was selected in the first round back in the 2010 first-year player draft.
Yeah, he has turned himself into a really nice ball player. I wouldn't put him on the superstar level, but you know what? They didn't miss with this pick either. You go into high rounds.
A swing and a miss. That retires the side, and that will do it. So they nearly bat around here as 8 men come to the plate, and they push across. And a good take there will net him a base runner as it's ball 4 now to start the 8th inning.
He's really struggled with his command in this game, no doubt about it. But to make things worse, he just lost one of the fastest guys in the ballpark.
Ready once again, Alex Bregman. So it's a full count now. On deck, the powerful right-handed bat of Paul Goldschmidt. Norman on at first, nobody out. And he lays off there, ball 4. So back-to-back walks have him in business here with nobody out.
First baseman number 44.
Here's Paul Goldschmidt now, 0 for 3 to this point.
Yeah, not his game so far. He's such a good hitter. We all kind of expect him to pick up 2 or 3 hits most of the time. That's not really how baseball works, though. And he just saw 3 in a row out there.
So does he go back out there again?
No, Matt, I expect him to mix it up. Most catchers won't call for the same location over and over and over.
And that misses. Ball 4, and he's going to need to settle down in a hurry now because he's in a peck of trouble.
It was obvious when the count ran to 2-0 that they were not going to give this guy anything to hit. Sometimes you have to pick your battles, and they're going to try their luck with the next hitter.
Craig Kimbrell is summoned in the toughest situation a reliever can face. Bases loaded, nobody out. And he makes it a full count. Yasiel Puig, who represents the potential tying run here, waits on deck. And that misses. Ball 4. A run will come in to score.
Wow, they went to the pen because they like the matchup, and what does he do? He walks the first guy he faces to bring in a run, so much for that strategy. Makes you wonder if they'll turn to him again next time in this situation.
Into the box now, Yasiel Puig. Perhaps he can drive another one out of the park just like he did back in the second.
Putting himself in a pretty bad situation now on 2-0 and the base is loaded. He basically doesn't have much of an option but to challenge him right here.
Now the 2-0 home. That's back toward the mound. This will be a tough turn, however. They get the force at the plate. Return throw not in time, and that turned into a closer play than I thought it would at first sight.
Now batting.
And that brings in the power-hitting shortstop, Trevor Story. He's got the bases loaded now and a chance to really do some damage.
And he's one of those guys that they really rely on to come through in spots like this, Matt. Second on the team and runs batted in.
With the bases loaded. Swing and a miss, and they'll dodge a major bullet that time. 2 away.
Well, we'll see a lot of these power arms coming out of the bullpen in these days, but it doesn't make it any less impressive to me. I love watching guys come in and blow smoke right by guys.
Stepping in now, Kyle Schwarber. He swings and hits it foul off to the right and out of play. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. Big pitch coming up. It's pulled 3-2. Matt Duffy would be next. The 3-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. He got him on strikes. And a fastball misses there. Ball 4.
Now batting. Right fielder.
Digging in the switch hitter, Nico Goodrum. He's 2 for 3 and looking for more. And he misses again. Ball 4. And that's back-to-back guys now that have reached base via the base on ball.
He's going to be pretty upset with himself about that 3-2 pitch. All you want to do in that count is make a competitive pitch, but that one wasn't even sniffing the zone, and he let him get away.
So the Red Sox lineup turns over, and to the plate, Xander Bogaerts. He came through with an RBI single in his last at-bat. From the stretch. Fastball, and he swings through it to fall behind. Oh, 0-1, here it comes. Hit hard on the ground to second. He's got it to second for one. Relay to first in time, and just like that, the side is retired. A couple of walks, but no damage. We return to Fenway Park after this. Albert Perez
enters the game from the pen, and because this is a non-save situation, it's evident that they're just trying to get him some work after having not thrown in several days.
He's going to have to make adjustment on that slider away. He can't just make it a non-competitive pitch and allow these guys to take. He's got to start that a little bit more over the middle of the plate to get that swing and miss on the outer half.
The 2-1. Skied into very shallow right. Goodrum will settle under it to make the play for the first out, as the runner will have to head back to first.
Up next for the
So the Houston lineup turns over, and to the plate, Darren Norman. Swing and a miss on the fastball that time. Out number 2. Got him with a good high fastball there. Danny, we see a lot of that pitch in strikeout situations these days. What makes it so effective?
I think, Matt, what makes it such a tough pitch is you're changing eye levels. That fastball up looks so enticing to hit that you think you see that ball as a hitter, you think you can drive it, but it's really hard to get on top of that good high hard fastball.
And that'll bring up the former first-rounder Alex Bregman. Throw on to second for the force, and the ball game is over.
Well, it's getting more and more common in baseball now these days to use a ton of pitchers to get to the game.
The final line score for our ball game tonight. For the victorious Boston Red Sox, 8 runs, 10 hits, no errors, 7 men on base. For the Astros, 4 runs on 8 hits, no errors. They left 9 runners on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 29 minutes. Tonight's paid attendance at Fenway Park, 36,200. The Red Sox Nation for their continuing support, and remind you to please drive home safely. Good night.